Canella, De Leon, Fuller, Gaines, Galgioni, Hall, Hancock, Hernandez, Hertzberg, Hill, Hueso, Huff, Jackson, Lada, Leno, Leyva, Liu, McGuire, Mendoza, Mitchell, Monning, Morlock, Morrell, Wynn, Nielsen, Pan, Pavley, Roth, Runner, Stone, Vidak, Wachowski, Wolk.
Members, if we can have you come to the floor as soon as possible. We are absent a quorum. Sergeants, if you could call the senator's office, please, and have them come to the floor so we can commence with today's session that was scheduled to start at 2 p.m. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen, Anderson, Bates, Bell, Berryhill, Block, Canella, De Leon, Fuller, Gaines, Galgioni, Hall, Hancock, Hernandez, Hertzberg, Hill, Hueso, Huff, Jackson, Lada, Leno, Leyva, Liu, McGuire, Mendoza, Mitchell, Monning, Morlock, Morrell, Wynn, Nilsson, Pan, Pavley, Roth, Runner, Stone, Vidak, Wachowski, Wolk.
Members, a quorum is present. Would the members and our guests beyond the rail and in the gallery please rise? We will be led in prayer this afternoon by our guest chaplain, the Most Reverend Jaime Soto, Bishop of Sacramento, after which please remain standing. We will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag by our colleague from the city where everything grows, Senator Connie Leyva.
I arise today through God's strength to pilot me, God's might to uphold me, God's wisdom to guide me, God's eyes to look up before me, God's ears to hear me, God's word to speak for me, God's hand to guard me, God's way to lie before me, God's shield to protect me, God's hosts to save me. In all these ways, O merciful Lord, may you guide our efforts for the good of the people of California. Rain down upon us the waters of wisdom. Let the rivers of compassion flow through our hearts. Have surge the springs of hope in our souls. May the crafted wooden tree which bore such precious fruit extend its boughs across this formidable frontier of dreams and carry us into the sea of your boundless mercy, whose currents run forever and ever. Amen.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Please join me in the pledge. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, members. We are moving to privileges of the floor, where we have several presentations, beginning with Senator Anderson. Are you prepared? Absolutely. Senator Anderson at Senator De Leon's desk. Senator Anderson.
Senate colleagues, it's my honor and privilege to present this resolution to an incredible young woman, Abigail Grace Powell. Joined today by her mom, Liz, and her dad, Steve, Abigail exemplifies what today's youth can accomplish if they work hard and put others before themselves. Abigail is a kind-hearted, energetic, clever, and adventurous young woman. As a straight-A, fifth-grade student at Rancho San Diego Elementary School, Abigail has achieved recognition for excellence in leadership among her faculty and her peers. Abigail has demonstrated her drive and leadership while serving as captain of the Safety Patrol Squad at her school. This leadership and dedication to the Safety Patrol program stood out as Abigail interviewed with members of the California Highway Patrol and the San Diego County Office of Education, leading to her being selected to hold the prestigious honorary title of Colonel of San Diego County School Safety Patrols. In addition to this tremendous honor, Abigail is a well-rounded individual who enjoys nature and the outdoors, competes in Irish step dancing, and serves as the treasurer of her student council at school. The future success of California and the strength of our individual communities depends in great measures upon the dedication and hard work of young people as Abigail Powell. At just 11 years old, Abigail uses her considerable talents and resources to serve others to better her community. Colleagues, I ask that you join me in congratulating Abigail for her promotion to Colonel of San Diego County School Safety Patrols. And I'm not going to stop right there. We're good to go. Please clap.
Congratulations to Abigail and her family. Welcome to the State Senate. We'll take a quick picture and then we'll move on to the next presentation. Members, under privilege of the floor, next we have Senator Nguyen. Senator Nguyen, are you prepared? Great. Senator Nguyen at Senator De Leon's desk.
Thank you, Mr. President and colleagues, for the opportunity to speak today and for allowing me to introduce individuals that have come to the state capitol in recognition of the Black April Memorial Month. Today, unfortunately, though, I actually requested to be able to display and be with me, next to me, was the former South Vietnam flag and was denied. If the Senate remember, the Senate recognized the flag in 2005 when it was passed by Senator Duchesne.
Senator Nguyen, can you give me a please second? Members, it's a little noisy. If we can please give our attention to Senator Nguyen, and if you have a conversation, please take that to the back of the gallery.
Thank
Senator
you,
Nguyen, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. And that was SCR 17, which memorialized the flag as a symbol of the Vietnamese American community in the state. Members, this month marks the 40th anniversary of the fall of Saigon. It is an important historical milestone for California's Vietnamese community and the American veterans who fought in that war. I am here today standing in front of you with close to over 100 community leaders from the Vietnamese American organizations and members throughout California to commemorate an event that changed the lives of millions throughout the war. And if I may ask, they're up on the gallery. Can you please stand? All the members who are here today from the Vietnamese American community, can you please stand and wave to be recognized? I am especially honored to be joined by veterans of the United States Armed Forces that fought in the Vietnam War, as well as veterans of the South Vietnamese Army who today are united once again as allies. At this time, I would like to respectfully ask that we take a moment to recognize these veterans with a round of applause for their selfless service during the Vietnam War and for their fight for democracy and freedom. As I stand here today with these devoted individuals, as mentioned, I am humble because this month does mark the first time in 40 years since the fall of Saigon that a Vietnamese American state senator has the opportunity to declare and recognize the month of April as Black April Memorial Month. By declaring the month of April as Black April Memorial Month, we provide Vietnamese Americans, veterans of the armed forces, and all Californians the ability to gather, honor, and reflect upon the tragedy rendered by the Vietnam War that ended 40 years ago. Many of the individuals here today share stories like mine of coming to America in search of freedom and democracy after escaping the communist government of Vietnam. We knew that our future in Vietnam was grim, so many individuals and family alike made the difficult choice to risk our lives to escape to another nation. Today, we are all very grateful for the incredible opportunities that California and the United States of America have presented to us, opportunities that would not have been available to us if we had lived in Vietnam. As we continue to strive to achieve the American dream in our own lives, we need to continue to promote freedom and democracy throughout the world. It is especially critical that we remain mindful of the current situation in Vietnam, and that we urge the government of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam to improve the lives of its citizens, allow the First Amendment rights to their citizens. In closing, I would like to encourage my colleagues and all Americans that we must continue to stand up for the lessons taught by the Vietnam War and remain committed to the principle of freedom and democracy throughout the world. And again, thank you, Mr. President and colleagues.
Thank you. Let's welcome Senator Nguyen's guest. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to the California State Senate. Members, we're going to move to messages from the governor. Messages from the governor will be deemed read. Messages from the assembly will be deemed read as well. Reports of committee will be deemed read and amendments adopted. Members, we are now in motions, resolutions, and notices. There are none. Senator Morale, for what purpose do you rise?
Purpose of introduction?
Without objection.
Thanks, Mr. President. And members, in the back I have from San Bernardino County Supervisor Chairman James Ramos, who was elected and sworn in to the 3rd District of our County of San Bernardino in 2014. He's the current chair of the Board of Supervisors. And also, he was also on the College Board of Trustees, where he served as president and was the first Native American to be elected to the board. In 2008, Governor Schwarzenegger appointed James Ramos to the California State Native American Heritage Commission, where he currently serves as chairman. Also, Governor Jerry Brown appointed James Ramos in 2011 to the State Board of Education, becoming the first Native American appointed in the history of our good state of California. James Ramos is also the immediate past president, or chairman, I should say, of the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians. Would you guys please welcome Supervisor James Ramos?
Welcome, Chairman Ramos. It's always great to have you here. Senator Strong. Members, we're moving to consideration of the daily file, second reading file. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 140 with amendments and Senate Bill 367 with amendments.
Thank you. Moving to governor's appointments. Senator De Leon, are you prepared? Governor's appointments? Members, we're in file item number 3, governor's appointments. Senator De Leon.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. President. Colleagues, we have a confirmation before us, governor's confirmation that is Diana Tashi, who is the Undersecretary of Healthcare Services in the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. She was heard on March 18th and was approved on a 4-0 vote. There was no opposition. Ms. Tashi is an Undersecretary of Health and Care Services. She's a dentist by profession, and she was the Director of Dental Services for the CDCR before moving into this position. She has knowledge of healthcare and an educational background in both management and organizational development. Both are skills that are much needed and will be used with regards to healthcare that's being transitioned back to CDCR by the Federal Reserve. Mr. President, as well as colleagues, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Members, debate or discussion on this item? Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Aye. Anderson? No. Bates? Bell? Aye. Berryhill? Aye. Block? Aye. Canella? Aye. De Leon? Aye. Fuller? Gaines? Galgiani? Aye. Hall? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Hernandez? Aye. Hertzberg? Aye. Hill? Aye. Hueso? Aye. Huff? Aye. Jackson? Aye. Lara? Aye. Leno? Aye. Leyva? Aye. Liu? McGuire? Aye. Mendoza? Aye. Mitchell? Aye. Monning? Aye. Morlock? Aye. Morrell? Aye. Wynn? Nielsen? Aye. Pan? Pavley? Roth? Aye. Runner? Stone? No. Vidak? No. Wykowski? Aye. Wolk? Wolk, aye.
Call the absent members.
Morrell, aye to no. Bates? No. Fuller? Gaines? Liu? Wynn? Pan? Pavley? Runner?
Ayes 27, noes 5. The appointment is confirmed. Members, we're going to move to Senate third reading, beginning with file item number 7, pass on file. File item 8, Senator Fuller. Are you prepared to take up this item? Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 33 by Senator Fuller relative to aviation.
Senator Fuller.
Good morning, members and chair. I rise to present to you SCR 33, declaring April as Aviation Awareness Month. As a former pilot and the wife and daughter of a pilot, aviation is near and dear to me. Airports provide convenient and efficient access to remote portions of our state for health care, emergency medical transport, emergency response, and mail delivery. Aviation also provides significant benefits for agriculture. Aviation in California provides 1.1 million jobs and has a yearly economic impact of $154.7 billion. There are 665 public and private facilities statewide utilized by more than 29,000 FAA-registered aircraft in the state, with almost 60,000 FAA-certified pilots. 182 million passengers pass through the state commercial service airports, and 4 million tons of air cargo passes through the state's airports annually. On Wednesday, April 22nd, we are celebrating California's Aviation Day on the north steps of the Capitol with interactive displays and informational presentations provided by businesses and organizations that utilize aviation to serve their customers. Please join me and the other pilots in our group and the Friends of Aviation and the people that just like to have fun out on the Capitol steps on April 22nd, 2015 as Aviation Awareness Month. I'm sure you'll see Colonel Roth there if you join us. Thank you.
Thank you. Debate or discussion on this item, members? Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Anderson? Aye. Bates? Aye. Bell? Aye. Berryhill? Aye. Block? Aye. Canella? Aye. De Leon? Fuller? Aye. Gaines? Galgiani? Aye. Hall? Hancock? Aye. Hernandez? Aye. Hertzberg? Hill? Aye. Hueso? Aye. Huff? Aye. Jackson? Aye. Lara? Aye. Leno? Aye. Leyva? Aye. Liu? McGuire? Mendoza? Aye. Mitchell? Monning? Aye. Morlock? Aye. Morrell? Aye. Wynn? I. Nielsen. I. Pan. I. Pavley. Roth. I. Runner. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wachowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Call the absent members.
Allen. I. De Leon. Gaines. Hall. I. Hertzberg. I. Liu. McGuire. I. Mitchell. Pavley. Runner.
Ayes 33, no 0. The resolution is adopted. File item number 9, Senator Jackson. Pass on file. File item 10, Senator Pan. Pass on file. File item 11, Senator Monning. File item 11, pass on file. File item 12, pass on file. File item 13, Senator Wessel. You prepared to take up this item? Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 693 by Senator Hueso, an act relating to the State Energy Resources Conservation and Development Commission.
Senator Wessel.
Thank you, Mr. President. This matter pertains to the Warren-Alquist Act, which hasn't been amended since 1974, relating to fines and penalties for violating conflict of interest codes or conflict of interest provisions of that statute. This would create a process to make those fines compatible with current values today. And this bill passed out of Senate Energy Committee on a 9-0 vote. I respectfully ask for everyone's vote today for this important measure.
Thank you. Members, debate or discussion on this item? Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. Block. I. Canella. I. De Leon. I. Fuller. Gaines. Galgiani. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. Hill. I. Hueso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lada. I. Leno. I. Leyva. I. Liu. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. I. Morlock. I. Morrell. I. Wynn. I. Nielsen. I. Pan. I. Pavley. Roth. I. Runner. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wachowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Call the absent members.
Anderson. No. Berryhill. Fuller. Gaines. Hertzberg. Liu. Pavley. Runner.
Ayes 31, noes 1. The measure passes. Moving to file item 14. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to temporarily move back members to privileges of the floor. We're going to acknowledge Senator Hannah Beth Jackson at Senator De Leon's desk.
Thank you, Mr. President and colleagues. At this point, I would like and am delighted to take the opportunity to present to the United Ways of California a resolution, and I would ask you to please join me in welcoming them to our floor. United Ways of California, we know, are in each of our districts and do extraordinary work as they strive to advocate for and lead community efforts to improve the health, education, and financial welfare of low-income children and families. They enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship with the Women's Leadership Council, which is an integral component of the United Way that was created and is led by women to advance the power and role of women as civic leaders. Can't you feel the floor shaking here as they work hard to really advance these very, very important efforts? This Leadership Council includes more than 55,000 members in 143 American communities. The United Way's organizations of California have contributed greatly to their respective communities with notable efforts, including the assistance of foster youth here in Sacramento County in preparing for and succeeding in their future endeavors, the struggle to eliminate poverty and create lasting change in Los Angeles County, and the addressing of female foster youth emancipation in my county of Ventura. Let us please take the opportunity to commend the United Ways of California for their outstanding contributions that they made and continue to make to their local communities throughout our state, and for its invaluable partnership with this outstanding group of Women's Leadership Council members who are with us today. Please, would you join me in thanking them and welcoming them to our chamber.
Welcome to the California State Senate, ladies. What a great-looking bunch. Members, back to Senate third reading. File item 14, Senator Mitchell, not at her desk. File item 15, passed temporarily. File item 16, Senator Mendoza, pass. File item 17, Senator Block. Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 25 by Senator Block relative to the Memorandum of Understanding between Israel and California.
Senator Block.